sit down, you're in the books, you're looking at the plays. What is it that's kind of changed, or how have you developed as a player this year from last year and building on the years before that?
Yeah, I think every year it's a building block. You know, obviously my second year is different than my third year, and you just kind of learn the nuances of the game. You know, for me, it's just more of like knowing where I want to go, where I want to be, and like I was just saying, like for me, it's no distraction. So this is what I love to do. This is what I dream to do. So at the end of the day, you got to respect the game. You got to put all the time you need to put in a little more. So that's kind of my mentality. You know, like I was saying, I'm not big into the social media stuff and all of that. Like, it's all cool, but for me, it's about how can I help my team be better, and how can I help myself reach the goals that I want to reach.
I also heard that you're not looking at the stat sheet, but like when you hear about the next gen stats, that you almost hit like 21 miles per hour on that big catch from Gino last week. Like, does that get in your head like, okay, how do I achieve this again, or how do I build off of that?
I mean, at the end of the day, speed's always been my thing, so I reach crazy miles per hour all the time in practice, here, games, or whatever. So for me, like I said, it's just about execution, you know, everybody being on the same page. And like I said, how can I help my team win, you know, and that's being the best version of myself. So obviously that's playing full speed all the time, and that's kind of my game.
What do you look ahead to this coming week with the Bears? Like, what goals have you set for yourself in this coming game?
For me, I think it's not really about the goals, it's about the system. So all throughout the week of what I've been doing, you know, my preparation and all that type of stuff. So I'm not really big into all the goals. Obviously, you set goals, but like I said, it's the system, keeping all the things that I do throughout the week the same. You know, like, you know, me and people were just talking the other day, there's nothing that's going to change. You know, it's going to be the same thing. And then if you do the things you do throughout the week, Sunday takes care of itself.
Trey, just if you were asked this before, my bad. Like, this is probably, I think this is the best like 3-game stretch you've had to start the season in your career. Just like, what about this offense, or just like what about like this stretch in particular? Like, you feel like you've been able to play at a high level?
And it's a lot of things, man. It's a lot of things. You know, it starts with obviously Pete, you know, and just the model that we have around here with practice, you know. That's a huge thing. And like I said, a lot of the things that happen in the game happen in practice, and, you know, there's no surprise of why. So, yeah, just everybody's in the right spot. You know, them putting me in the right spot to excel and to be able to do the things that I need to do. And, yeah, I mean, everybody's doing their part.
And Chris Beatty, this is his first season as the wide receiver coach for you guys. Just like, how much influence has he had in your game?
I mean, Coach Beatty, he's amazing. He's one of he's top two and not two. He's one of the best in the game for sure, and he's helped me tremendously. You know, just as far as the game, you know, developing. You know, one of his big things that he said when I came in here is like, we got to keep building on what you did last year, but developing. He's had great receivers, and he's been in places, and yeah, he's helped me tremendously, and I can't thank him enough, and we're going to keep building on it.
There anything in particular that you learned from him that you might didn't learn or know like before he got here?
I mean, he's the best at knowing ball. I mean, he knows ball better than anybody, you know, and that's just, you know, this game is, I would say, 10% physical and 90% mental. So, you know, for him to be able to have that, and, you know, it gives us the mental edge, and like knowing what the defense is doing, knowing how a corner's going to play, knowing what the quarterback sees. I mean, you're already a step ahead no matter what your physical traits are.